How is the situation of COVID-19 where you are now?
I'm actually in Cork, in Ireland. You don't see much about the lockdown anymore, especially with the good weather in the last few days. You see people all over the streets. The queues at the shops are intense, so I don't think it's a lockdown anymore. But
Yes. But can you introduce yourself?
yeah, sure. So I'm Kim. Well, Kimberly. I prefer Kim with double M to make it even more unique.
Yes.
um, it's very difficult to say to introduce myself simply in a couple of words.
Mhm.
So what I do want to mention is that right now I'm actually in an extremely good place in my life, one of the best places I've ever been in. I am a full-time salesperson in cybersecurity. So on top of doing that full-time, I am training a lot, gym wise, as you can see.
Yes,
I'm
I've seen it.
I'm training an awful lot. I'm doing modeling since 2012 as a passion, as a hobby.
Mhm.
Now, since 2018, I became ambassador for AC Matilda Enterprise.
Yes.
This is also where I learned how to coach models. So from being a model, I'm now in a position where I can coach newbies. On top of training fitness, I am also coaching 6 other girls at this moment, free of charge, because I'm going through a personal training course on top of all this. A very, very nice situation.
Yes.
What I want people to know is you cannot get into a big place like this without going through struggles in life. And
Absolutely.
and this is also why I really accepted to take this call with you, this chat with you,
Yes.
because a lot of people I see on social media have a very big pressure,
Mm.
very big pressure. Everyone wants to be the most beautiful, everyone wants to be the most active, everyone wants to have this life that others show on social media.
Mm.
But all the hard work behind it and all the struggles behind it are not shared. It is only the success that people share.
Yes, they
And
share what people want to see, but they never
exactly,
share their struggles. So everybody's
exactly.
life is perfect on social media.
Exactly.
Yes.
And it is very important, and especially these days where people are stuck in their own environments, they're stuck in their own heads, that whatever you see is not reality. And you need to get through reality in order to get to that space, to that place.
Yes.
And a lot of people get depressed then, a lot of people give up. And we're going to talk about this later on, but up till suicide.
Mm.
And this is because of the lack of information that people get, the
Mm.
lack of stories of those who battled
Mm.
struggles and those that succeeded out of hell, or that had no background and succeeded. You know, so this is why I'm actually ready to share
Wow.
my story.
I
Yeah.
am so excited. So, Kim, tell me, how was growing up like?
So growing up was actually the hardest thing in my life. So at the age of 2 months old, I saw my first childcare. Between that time of 2 months of age until my 12th month, so 1 years old, I've been moving up and down to childcare and back home 7 times.
Hmm.
Then after 1 year, the let's say the government they saw that this is not healthy for a child to move so much and no stability. So there had to be a decision made. What will happen with me?
Mm.
Now, I had a very beautiful young mom. She gave birth to me when she was 17, not even. And my brother was already born by then, so she was a really young mom. And
Mm.
she had a lot of struggles in her life. She went through childcare as well. She went through abuse. She went through incest. She went through so much hell, actually.
Mm.
And she never had the right support, maybe not enough strength in order to battle this.
Mm.
So my mom became alcoholic at a
Yes.
very young age, at she drank before I was born. She wasn't as much of an alcoholic when I was born as when she actually died, but she was pretty much into drinking. So yeah, when the government realized that this wasn't healthy and it's not good to grow up with an alcoholic mother, I was actually assigned to childcare for at least another 6 years. So growing up in childcare for the first 6 years, we're actually fine, one place. As a child, you need to have one place. You need to have your friends. You need to have your stability. But then things looked a little bit better. At the age of 6, I was allowed to go back home. That was my child dream. I wanted to be with my mom. I grew up without dad because he left to Portugal. He started a new life, and to be honest, he never looked back. As a child, you need to have someone to look up to. You need to have someone you feel safe with, a person that you will run back to and say, this is what I need, or I have some struggle. But it was the opposite when she drank. It was best to stay away as far as possible. Hell started really, because then it was from the age of 7, 8 until the age of 12. It was every year, maybe once or twice, moving to a different childcare or foster family. So I've seen foster families as well. Now, to make a long story short, with the moving is, as a child, not having stability, not having that one person to go back to, you start living in you're your own protection, because you're gonna move anyway. Don't trust no one, because you're gonna move anyway. Don't make friends, because you're gonna move anyway. Everything was fear to be connected to. So you start building the shield. The shield is vulnerable. You're a child, you don't have the experience to build that strong shield. So with time, I found that I was alone, left alone. Nobody was there. No teachers from my childcare came and looked for me in the other homes. No foster parent went to check if everything was okay with me. It was new people after new people, new schools after new schools, all over again. So when I realized at the age of 13, at that age as well, my mom sees me as a woman. She expected me to be a woman, but I'm still a child, and I still make my childish mistakes.
Looking for the mother's love.
Yeah, and the moment that she pushed me away, I know it was again not her, it was more the alcoholic person in her. I started thinking I wasn't good enough anymore. Nobody came and looked for me. My mom didn't even want me. My dad didn't never look back. I started thinking it was all me, and dark thoughts started crossing my mind, and I started looking for ways to live life in a not hurtful way. You're afraid, of course, but in a way of like, there was nothing in my head that made me want happiness, because I never experienced that happiness. So the fact that I have never experienced something that I was looking for didn't give me enough strength to battle that suicidal thought. So between the age of 13 and 18, 17, I have been in hospital 4 times, and 4 times life to death. So the last time was waking up after a coma after 4 days with my crying sister at my bed. And I was 17, so she was 12, not even. And when she got so angry at me and said, "You can't leave me," and when she was in so big fear and making me feel like I was going to leave someone, that's fear that I had my whole life, but to my little sister, that was a wake-up call for me. Do something with myself, maybe find the help that I need, and find the people to talk to that I need. So that was one step in the right direction. My mom passed away at My mom passed away 2014, so I was 22. Honestly, it was most possibly the most depressing day of my life,
Mm.
because the person I wanted my whole life to be so close to me has
Has left.
left Earth,
Mm.
and I have never really been able to get what I wanted from her. And for me, that was a very big thing, because that grief, you know, it is not my mom that gave me the best. It is the lack of strength, probably. But for me to see that the person that has went through so much had left life like that at the age of 40 was very disencouraging, you know. For me, I was already going through that battle, trying to be here for my sister, and trying to start loving life more, and then this happens. So all I see is weakness up till that day. But I decided to move to Ireland 6 months after her death, and my life completely changed.
Mm.
This country has given me the options in work to have actually a better, stable work life than I had before. I've always been a hard worker since I was 15.
Mm.
Restaurants, bar, hotels, you name it, just to work.
Yes.
But here I was treated differently.
Mm.
Offices, nice shirts,
Mm.
much better salaries,
Yes.
um, treated with respect. I
Yes.
wasn't that little vulnerable person anymore, and I started getting more into gym. I was already modeling, as I said, since 2011, but the acceptance here was so big.
Yes.
And I'm maybe it's also because I'm a foreigner in this country, but and not a foreigner in Belgium when I was back then, but it did help. I got so many opportunities, and I started little by little tasting happiness that I was creating myself. Because at the end of the day, I moved here. I went to the gym. I got that job. I did it, but it's little by little that I've been given opportunities that got me the taste of happiness. And
Mm.
it's only since that moment, since 2015, when I moved here, that I have never had a dark thought again. Very big message that I want to share is um, I've been nearly dead, and I I will, if I look at back now, I will still completely understand. But if I didn't have if I didn't have that chance, I would have never tasted happiness. And
Mm.
what I want to do is youngsters, and not only youngsters, there is a lot of elder
A
people
lot
even
of
there
elder
that
people
are
going.
completely alone,
Mm.
but who think that there is no more end on all this pain, and there is no more end on bad luck, because sometimes I call it bad luck.
Mm.
There is, but you need to wait and see. Sometimes you may wait 20 years. Sometimes you may wait almost a lifetime to explore happiness. But everything is only going to build you stronger. And I wish somebody told me all this when I was younger. Really, I wish I could even maybe have enough strength to even start a bit younger. But
Yeah.
I'm so happy that I've been able now to be at this position, to sit on this chair and actually tell my story.
It's amazing. Your story is amazing, Kimberly. And to see what you have gone through and looking at you today, you're one of the strongest lady I've ever met. I see how your dedication, you put your modeling and the way you're helping people. But now tell me, changing from house to house, that
No,
that was one of the most difficult moments of your life. And looking back, maybe now there's a young lady that is passing exactly what you have passed. That girl who's watching you right now, what would you advise her? Yes.
no matter how alone you are, no
Yes.
matter how many people you need to meet,
Mm.
stay yourself. Think that is hard to stay yourself within, but I always did stay myself, and this is also why people people love and adore me so much now because I didn't change for other people. I didn't become the person they want me to be,
Mm.
and I just remained me, and that helps. I got so much help in all those years actually that I have been moving and all, because here and there people start loving you. They see
Mm.
you and you
Because
are you.
because you have discovered what is love within yourself.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And they can see the struggles, and I know whoever is watching now that is going through a hard time, it is no lie that when you show that you have struggles or people see you are going through a hard time, a lot of people will disappear.
Yes.
A lot.
Yes.
And slowly they won't tell you. They won't tell you, or they are suddenly very busy, or do not worry, because at the end of the day, stay the same with them as they are with you.
Mm.
But you will figure out who eventually will stay.
Mm.
Out of my whole childhood, I have one person left. One. And I don't need more. If that is that one person that is going to stay there for the rest of her life with me, perfect.
Yeah.
For whoever is watching, don't don't feel alone, and don't feel like you need to change for others. If others are not happy with you, perfect, leave them.
Yeah.
Leave them. And yeah, what is going to change is eventually when things are right, when time is right, when you have a little bit more control over things around you,
Mm.
you will see things fall in place.
Mm.
But nothing comes easy. Keep working hard, keep trying to stay healthy, keep doing the things that make you happy. I'm doing a job that I don't really like, but I'm having 5 passions that I absolutely love. So
That's
to keep me
amazing.
going, yeah, to
That
keep me going.
motivates you every single day.
Now, a bit different than before. What I see now is I'm motivating a lot of people online
Hmm.
with sports, with quotes, life quotes, um, and that is motivating me the most.
Yes.
I see how many people are even asking for certain questions, or how do I start an app exercise? How do I start the gym? How, and if I see that they are growing and they are doing so much better, that motivates me.
Yes. Seeing how you are working so hard in the gym, and it's very hard to start. How do you keep up?
Um, that is actually a very good question, because that question I get so often. How do you keep up?
Yeah.
How do you stay motivated?
Mm.
And how do you do it for so long? Well, it becomes an addiction.
Yeah.
I tell you that. So it starts with mindset. Let's say 2016. Yeah, 2016. I had a breakup after 5.5 years here in Ireland, actually. But the guy was Irish. He was in Belgium with me. Eventually, I moved here a year and a half later. It didn't work out. So I went through a pretty tough time.
Mm.
And at that stage, I was already doing a lot of gym, but my motivation wasn't there after the breakup. So for months, I didn't do anything. And I just saw myself gaining and gaining and gaining and gaining. And I was getting more and more depressed, not because of the guy this time, but because of the extra beer bellies there.
Yeah.
So it was a little bit of a push. Either I was gonna look at my best,
Mhm.
or I was gonna give him a good laugh at me. And nobody can motivate you. You can only motivate yourself. You either
Absolutely.
want it or you don't want it.
Mm.
And it is very hard. Sometimes I'm sitting on the bike for 15 minutes going like, oh, what am I doing with this time? But at the end of the day, 2.5 kilos dropped at the end of the week.
Yes.
So it is all in here. You do it or you don't do it.
Don't do it. Yeah. Thank you so much. It's not easy to share your life experience and to sit and let the world know the struggles that we face. As you said earlier, a lot of people are struggling and they are on social media. They don't show their struggles. Everybody's
No,
perfect on social media.
everyone is perfect.
And the smiles are so real, but yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of people are crying every single day. And then maybe your story is going to change someone because
I would like to let you know that I am actually in the middle of writing a book.
yes,
So I'm not a biography, but I'm writing the full story.
mm,
And the way I fought myself out of it.
Mm.
So I hope
We are looking
soon.
forward. Yes, we are looking
Yeah,
forward to that book. I know it's going to be interesting, Kim, because your story is amazing, and you are going to help a lot of people because so many people
I hope
are
so.
taken away. You have fought a big battle from depression, suicide, and breakups, and all that. And look at you now. You are such an amazing lady who is doing great things because the most difficult thing is to pick yourself up.
Yes,
And when you pick
definitely.
yourself up and you build your confidence, you don't want to drop yourself anymore
No,
because you have
no.
tasted how it feels to be loved. And you can't
Yeah,
find love, as you said, you can't find love if you don't love yourself.
exactly. It
So you have
starts with yourself.
to start with you. When you love yourself, you attract people to love you.
100%
But
agreed.
when you have a lot of negative thoughts, there's always negative people surrounding you as well.
It's like the law of attraction.
Absolutely.
Totally, I agree.
And I am so, so honored to be among those people to listen to your story. Your story has encouraged me as well because every
Thank
woman
you.
has struggles. The most important thing is when you share your struggles, you'll be able to understand how many people are going through the same. And thank you so much, Kim. I'm not going to take much of your time. I know you are going back to the gym now.
I'm going for some Thai boxing.
I know. Thank you so much, and God bless you. And you know what? I pray that God continue blessing you, and whatever experiences that you have passed through, it wasn't a mistake. You know, it was
No.
a life journey for you to become a better person and also to teach other people. Like you have
Yeah.
changed so many people's lives through your life story. So I am so proud of you. Kim.
Thank you so much. It really makes me feel better too.
Always feel better and always feel better every single day. You are not what you have gone through.
That is true.
Yeah, you are
Very
not
true.
what you have gone through. Every morning you look at yourself on the mirror, you say, Kimberly, you are a fighter.
I'm what I made.
Amazing woman. And when you're in that ring box, you said, you know what? My past, I am my past. You are your
True.
past and you are perfect. Thank you so much. And once again, good night, Kimberly.
Thanks so much,
Thank
Harifa.
you. Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you so much, everyone that has supported this evening. Please listen to the story, share and tag a friend because there's so many people that are going through the same. They need to hear it. Remember, here on Let's Get to Know You, we are here to share our life experiences. If you have a story to share, don't hesitate to contact me. Let us share, let us learn from one another. Once again, from me, Harifa Daly.